Well, it was 1951, and the Korean War was in the news, and my parents were very nervous about being in Europe again for a war. Now, they were born in '07, so they were children during the First World War, which they never talked about, but I'm sure that affected them. And now they had the Second War, and now they were worried about the Korean War. So now we're in Paris, and my mother, so my father has no one really to like ask where. He doesn't want to go to Israel. He always said he felt he was too old to go to Israel. Israel was a young country now in 48, and this is 51. So my mother had a brother, two brothers who went to Cuba. The older brother had come to America. He might have come, I'm not really sure exactly when. Could have come like in 47 or so. And he was established here. So my uncle lived in Coney Island. That's where we went to Coney Island. I remember the boat ride over. It was, we went on a really nice boat, Queen Elizabeth, but we were in steerage. And that was the Queen Elizabeth, and it was like an incredible ship with a movie theater that I remember, and the dining room was humongous, and the one food that I remember I had never eaten was canned peaches. That's what I remember. It's just interesting what, I was 5.5, what I remembered. We came to Manhattan.
What port did you leave from?
I think it was Le Havre. Le Havre. Yeah. I have the ship's list of passengers. I still have that at home, and with our names in it.
And was your name Barbara at that point?
No, they didn't. I don't think they put our first name. No, my name was Basha, Basha, or sometimes it was spelled Basia. They just had a B. B Kupfer, El Kupfer, El Kupfer. And my uncle came. I don't remember my uncle at the pier, but my uncle's son, my cousin Leon, he was there. He was my favorite cousin, and he maybe because he greeted us, he was wearing an Eisenhower bomber jacket. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a leather jacket that all the soldiers kind of wore at that time. He had been in the military. He had come from Cuba here, and then he served in our in the Korean War. So
so this was a Cuban, like a cousin who had gone to Cuba and then came to the United States.
Yes, exactly. My uncle and his wife, who was born in Poland, and his kids who were born in Poland, because they were born in 26, I think, 1926. So, yes.
And then went to the United States and helped bring your family.
Right. Yeah.
So he was there to greet you.
Yeah.
And
took us back to their place in Coney Island. Found us an apartment. He found us an apartment around the corner from where he lived in Coney Island, over a butcher store, kosher butcher store. That was good. And a furnished apartment. Strange. It was very strange. It was 2 bedrooms and a kitchen. So you had no place to really have anybody come in except the kitchen. But the kitchen was enough for 3 people, you know, a table and 3 chairs. But we had no furniture, so it worked. You know, furnished apartment worked. And we lived there. So I was 5.5. We lived there until I was 12.